Hello, and welcome to this week's Profit Maximizer Moment. This show is dedicated to helping business owners dramatically improve their bottom line with our weekly profit maximizing tips that you can use now to help your business. I'm your host and coach, Wayne Belial. I'm also the founder of a local CPA firm that works with business owners to help them make more money and keep more of it from the IRS. I do that with our profit coaching programs and our tax planning system, which has saved our clients millions of dollars over the years. All legal. Like I say every week, I love my clients, don't wish to share a jail cell with them. Today, we're going to talk about where to find the money when you need it now. Okay, you're in business, where to get, and you got a problem, where to go to find it. But first, support for today's show was brought to you by Profit Maximizing Publisher. I forgot what I was going to say, which published my book, The 90-Day Profit Reset. Sorry about that, guys. Which shows you how to gain your independence from reduced cash flow, shrinking margins, and an evaporating customer base. In this book, you'll find chapter after chapter, idea after idea about how to turn around your business and reset your profits from red to black in 90 days or less. Even if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner who's making money now, so help you make more money. And truthfully, it's a must read. Uh, I know I wrote it, but still, it's got a lot of good stuff in it. It's easy to get. I think the Kindle version is still under $5. The paperback cover is $20 or something like that. If you're in the El Paso area, stop by, say hi. I'll give you a free copy. I have some, so be happy. I wrote it to help business owners. And to pick up clients. Obviously, it really doesn't sell much. Look, when you're out of cash and the bills are due, the rent's due, you need to cover payroll. You need to figure out a way to find cash now. Look, yes, you do need to discover why you got in this situation. What's the root cause of your cash problem? Review your cash cycle, review your sales cycle. We've covered that a lot, but that takes time, and you need to cover payroll tomorrow. We've all been there. As business owners, we've all been in a situation where, for whatever reason, you can't, the rent's due, payroll, you got to do payroll taxes, you got income tax payment, and you don't have enough cash. So what do? Well, yeah, solve the problem. We talk about that every week just about on what to do. But I need cash now. So let me run some ideas. First, lower your compensation. First place to find money is to temporarily, okay, this better not be permanent, lower or even eliminate your salary or draws until the cash situation improves. It's amazing to me that I see people that just, keep taking their paycheck and everything as if nothing was going on. Collect your receivables, review your aging report, call all your overdue invoices, offer a credit card payment option, or go by and pick up a check. Offer a discount if they pay now. I hate discounts, but there's times when it's an emergency, you got to do it. Next, take a look at those invoices that are not overdue and give them a call. Level with them about your temporary cash problem. Ask them for a favor to help you out of your problem. Again, you may have to offer them a discount in order to get them to pay early. Look, some of this stuff you don't want to do because it's embarrassing, but sometimes you have to. And I would only do that, like the next one, with my best customers, because the next one is, collect prepayments on work in process or work soon to be done. Now, if you're in retail or a restaurant, these two won't work, okay? But, service industry, manufacturing, whatever, yeah, just about anywhere that has receivables, this will work. Collect prepayments on work in process or work soon to be done. This works best with your most loyal, long-time customers. Call them and explain you have a temporary cash flow problem that you need their help with. In exchange, give them a discount. Don't like that. Add some free services for providing you with a much-needed cash if you need to. Sell your invoice, called factoring, and usually cost about 4 to 7% of an invoice balance. You don't want to go, and once you get into that, it's hard to get out. Make sure you do your due diligence before you sign on with a factoring company. It's easy to start factoring, like I said, very hard to get out of. Hire a collection agency to go after those invoices you've given up on, the ones you wrote off. They will normally charge you between 20 and 50% of the invoice, but getting half of something is better than getting none. Lend your business money if you have personal assets or credit. Lend it to the business. I've worked with many profitable businesses that only survived their cash problems by remortgaging their home. Be sure your spouse is in agreement with this. You don't need marital problems to go along with your cash problems. Trust me. Ask your parents or a rich uncle for a loan. Family members want you to succeed. Look, and normally you trust you, unless you've screwed them before. Hope that's not you. Sharing your situation with the family and asking for a short-term loan while you work out the problem is often a very quick solution. Make sure to handle a loan professionally, like a business loan, with all the proper documentation. You should make it a priority to pay this back as soon as possible in order to avoid family problems. Another place to look is getting extended terms from your vendors. Work with your vendors to extend the time before your invoices are due. Being able to pay your vendors in 60 days rather than 30 can often be all you need in order to survive a temporary cash crunch. Another thing you can do is bills due in 30 days, pay it with a credit card, which gives you another 30 days interest free. So you can get it to 60 that way, very easy. Borrow from credit cards. Sadly, because if you need the money, the banks don't always want to give it to you. You're not established, let's be honest. About 85% of small business owners have had to use credit cards to grow their business and to keep afloat. I've had to do it. Just about every business I know, when they started off, had to do something. So don't be afraid to use your credit cards in a pinch, but always keep in mind this is a very expensive solution. So work hard to pay these off as soon as your situation improves. Get a bank line of credit. Now, usually you want to do this when things are good. That really should be set up long before you need it. Banks don't like to lend to companies when they need it, because I don't mean that negatively. If your financials don't look good, and truthfully, if I'm going to get a bank line, if I'm going to go get a bank loan, you're going to want the last year's tax return and the financial statement that's usually dated within the last 90 days. So they're going to see that you're in trouble. So that's not the time to get the line of credit. The time to set this up, truthfully, is when you don't need it and when your financials look great. And in today's economic climate, it's almost impossible to get a line of credit if you're having cash flow problems. And truthfully, that's almost always true. There's a few times we've seen in the past where there was easy money. All right. Sometimes another solution, you got to bring in an equity partner. If your cash flow problems are more long term, getting an equity partner in may be a good solution. This requires you to share part of your business, in order to get the funding you need. Think long and hard on this and get good legal and accounting advice to set this up correctly. Again, this really isn't something you need to do. This one's not going to really work very well if I'm going to turn around and need to do payroll tomorrow. It takes time. Look at hard money lenders. Maybe you got a rental property or something that you can get a loan on that. Look at anything that can bring in cash. Then get the 90-day profit reset and keep your eyes open. Finally going to be able to get our courses launched in May after tax season. Not even going to be stupid enough to try to launch anything during tax season, but to try to get a longer term plan so you stay out of it. I mean, one thing that would help, two things that would help. One is budgeting. I mean, when I was starting off my business, I'd get through tax season, and for multiple years until maybe 10, 15 years ago, I'd sit down at the end of tax season, do a budget till the end of the year, what my bills were, and I was $40,000 short, let's say. So I needed to have $40,000 in new business to pay the bills by the end through the year. Okay. Well, I knew that April 15th. So I always managed to get it done. Most business owners, if they know, I'm going to be short, I need to come up with 100,000, 200,000, 40,000, 50,000, depending on the type of business, 10,000, whatever it is. If I give them enough warning, they're going to be able to get it. So budgeting is key. And I've done videos on budgeting. I know it's in my blog. Go to my blog, wjb-cpa.com is my website. And one of the tabs across the top, I think it's second from the left, can't remember, is blogs. So, and just go to the blog and search budgets. You'll find it. Another thing is this, for longer term problems, people get surprised, is do a SWOT analysis. If you don't know what that is, SWOT, look it up. What you're basically doing, and you should do this at least once a year, or at least every other year. I'd rather you did it once a year, maybe even at least. Okay. And what a SWOT analysis is it's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. So what's your strengths? And how do I maximize my strengths and monetize those strengths? What weaknesses do I have? How do I minimize those? What opportunities are out there that I didn't see, that weren't there before, that I might be able to take advantage of? And what threats are on the horizon or right in my face? Think of Blockbuster if you're old enough to remember them. That's the problem. They used to own the home entertainment where you went there, got your VCR or CD. I don't know. Were they there when the CDs? And brought them home. They didn't recognize the threat that Netflix was going to be streaming, and they didn't jump on that bandwagon, so they didn't see the opportunity and they didn't see the threat. They're gone. And we live in a world where AI is going to change a lot of things, and technology keeps changing. You need to do a SWOT analysis. You need to have a budget. You shouldn't get into cash flow problems like this, but it happens. Don't beat yourself up. Just solve it. All right. Figure out some of the things I said today, and then sit down and do that budget, do the SWOT analysis, and get my book, learn, get other people's books. I got a library full of books. I buy everybody's. All I have to do is get one idea, and I'm doing fine. Or maybe it may not even be a new idea. It may be something I just forgotten, hadn't done in a while. I go back to my book myself once a year and kind of cover it in the videos, but hell, it's for me too to go, no, I hadn't done that recently. I should look at that, because it's easy. We're busy day to day. I walk in, we all walk in, phones ringing, emails, text messages, people dropping in. It's easy to all of a sudden, my favorite saying is, well, I had a plan. So same thing. Set some time aside for yourself to work on your business so that you don't run into these problems. Saying, God bless you. Have a wonderful week. Remember, let's make this our most profitable year ever, and go to church. It always helps. Take some time for yourself. Take some time for your family. Take some time to be with your Lord. Later. Bye. Have a great week.